free. Okay. So this document outlines a systematic approach to identifying, resolving common constraints in customer acquisition funnels. The process involves analyzing key performance indicators, what we call KPIs, to pinpoint bottlenecks within the constraint process, within the client acquisition process, and how to implement it. Okay. Now there's four main key buckets here: lead generation, appointment booking, appointment show rate, and the final one here, which I've excluded from this video because I made a separate video on it the other day, is sales, which will be linked below. Okay. Now, the primary goal of lead generation, right, is to generate a high volume of qualified leads at an acceptable cost. Okay. Now, we have really good lead generation for our clients. So you would be expecting anywhere from $10 to $15, with some clients even sitting at like $1 or $2, right? But the cost per lead is how much does it cost to acquire that single lead? Okay, so if we come back to our thing here, you're always naturally going to have more leads at the top of the funnel. Okay, a lead could be someone messaging, submitting their information to be contacted, etc. Okay, now there's a few things here. There's the offer, and that's one of the fundamental things. It kind of grounds everything together. So the core value proposition is not compelling enough to attract the target audience, maybe the constraint. The solution is reevaluate the offer. Is the offer fit, product market fit to the audience? So you want to test different variations of the offer, maybe a paid versus a free offer. Okay. But again, it's important to note that all of these constraints, as well as the solution, needs to be done on the basis of data. Okay. Never, ever, ever, ever make a decision that is not data driven. Okay. Never make an emotional decision. Everything here is based on data. So you can see we have everything based on data here, all right? And we've got different processes and frameworks in place that is data-driven decision, okay? You never want to be in a position where you find yourself going, oh, I think I should change this, or I think I should change that. No. What does the data say, okay? So big one, is your offer dialed in? I'm going to give you some free value, like I said. Simple one, free trial class, 10-day free trial. Maybe if you're noticing that there's other issues coming up, it could be paid trial. Okay, put a bit more friction on the front end. All right, you get the gist. Add creatives and copy. Okay, the advertisements are not effectively capturing enough attention to get the amount of leads coming in. We refresh ads daily. Okay, make sure you're testing different messaging angles, hooks, and calls to action. Especially now being October, you would have seen the new Andromeda update. If you haven't, go and watch that update video that I made. Okay, it goes over the importance of testing different messaging. All right, experiment with different ad styles. Okay, targeting. Are we targeting the right audience? Have we adjusted the audience size and demographics? Okay, have we refined the location, things like that? Have we tried doing different custom audiences and things? Again, check out the recent video I did on the Meta's new update. It explains all of this stuff here. All right, lead forms. Are we capturing lead forms? Are there questions? Have we added questions to the lead form, for example? Have we removed any unnecessary friction, right? You'll notice I talk a lot about friction. Friction just means how hard it is for that person to become a lead, how hard it is for them to book in, okay? The harder it is for someone to book in, there's two types of friction, positive and negative, right? Negative is like you're not doing your job properly, which seen countless times with other marketing agencies and other people running their ads. They don't have the right friction in place. Okay, but good friction could be adding a qualification question. Do you live in this area? Do you live, work, or accessible to the thing? Are you able to come in at least twice a week? These are examples of good quality friction that makes it harder for someone to become a lead. And you can have like disqualification processes and all that thing there. That would be for a different video. Then, is ad spend being effectively distributed? Okay, are you monitoring it? Are you scaling the ads that are winning? Okay, so you can see that there's a lot of things that are going on in terms of lead generation. There is always a constraint, but there is always a solution. Okay, and hopefully this video will allow you to review your own ads and processes and make sure you're identifying what the constraint is within the system and what is the solution to it. Okay, appointment booking. What is the cost per booking? The total cost to secure one booked appointment, all right, is the cost per booking, and the booking rate is the percentage of leads that go to booking, okay? So if you think here, how many leads there are, then go to booking, that is the appointment booking rate, okay? And we always want to maximize the amount of, from the amount of leads we have, the amount of bookings we get, okay? So there's technical issues like is your CRM and things like that connected? Okay, that just means staying on top of things, testing things out, making sure that the integrations are working. Okay, if you don't have a CRM, I highly recommend getting one. Okay, it's going to save your life. It's going to allow for data tracking, things like that, which again, going back on the general principle of this video and all things that I say, data-driven decisions are what matter, okay? Then you've got pickup rate, all right? A low percentage of leads are answering phone calls. Well, have we verified that the phone number isn't marked as spam? Has it got the correct local phone area code? Have we implemented pre-call SMS notifications? Have we tested different calling strategies such as double dialing, okay? Anytime a new lead comes in for us, we phone within 5 minutes, but we call it twice. So we call that lead twice because it's going to probe the lead to pick up more, right? Are we speed to lead? This is the most important thing. The most important thing in appointment booking rate. Are we following up with leads within 5 minutes? Okay. Now you'll see the video that I made a while back around speed to lead importance. Okay. If you haven't watched that, I highly recommend you watch that. All right. It goes into all the steps of why speed to lead is so important. Okay. What is the outreach volume? Are we calling up 2, 3 times a day on average, 7 days a week? What's your availability look like? Okay. And is there any lead qualification? Have we added in different steps to ensure that people are booking in? Okay. And also showing up. It's so important to note that this entire framework and funnel here isn't to be looked at in an isolated manner. What happens at the lead gen side of things is going to affect your show rate. What happens at the show rate is going to affect your close rate. It's a multifaceted approach here, okay? And that's why it's so important that we dial in every single constraint because it is that multifaceted funnel. It's a funnel for a reason. People start at the top and they funnel to the bottom, okay? It isn't bucket one, jump over to bucket two. No, it's a funnel. It flows. So the solutions, the constraints, they flow together. Okay. So you can see here, there's things that we do in the lead form, right, which are going to affect the show rate. All right. And it's so important that we're thinking in that frame of mind, right? Now, appointment show rate. This is the kind of final stage we're concerned with. And it ensures that the booked appointments are being attended. Okay. Are they showing up to do the trial class, for example? Okay. So the appointment show rate is quite literally the percentage of people that are booked that attend. Okay. So of these people that book, how many show up? All right. And this is one of the hardest things to solve. Okay. Don't worry. This is what this video is for. So how do we solve appointment show rate issues? We recently had a client come on that was working with a marketing agency that had like a 5% show rate. And I asked them straight. I said, were you calling your leads or was your agency calling the leads to confirm the class? They said no. I was like, okay. Were you contacting leads within the first 5 minutes and qualifying them and building rapport? No. Okay. And I ran through all these issues and no. They got us on board. We've already implemented these things as a baseline and it was fixed. They're at an 85% show rate now, signing 20, 30 new members a month. Ridiculous. Okay. But what are some constraints, common constraints with show rate? All right. People aren't doing confirmations. Okay. You need to be confirming and it needs to be in a multi-channel approach, calls, texts, emails, WhatsApp, Instagram, even like whatever you can confirm that that person is coming in and have a multi-channel approach to it. Okay. Are leads being booked in too far out? This is going to significantly increase the likelihood of no-shows. Okay. So limit the booking window. All right. Book people in for today, tomorrow. Don't leave it till next week. Chances are, if you think about like you got a dentist appointment, if you book that 4 months in advance, what are the chances of you really showing up versus if you booked it for today? Get the point. Okay. Have sufficient reminders. Don't just expect people that if you spoke to them 5 days ago that they're going to show up. Remind them. Okay. Make the messages personalized. Send a video of yourself. Hey, John, really looking forward for you to coming in. Okay. Send automated reminders with, hey, we're actually located next to the McDonald's across the road, just confirming you understand where our address is. If you've got a uniform that they use for the trial, send a little message. Hey, we've got your uniform all laid out. We're all ready to go. All right, let's rock and roll. All right, and our leads being engaged. Okay, are you tracking the engagement rate? Okay, and what is your process for cancellations as well? Don't just think if someone no-shows or cancels that that's it. No, half of our leads get shown up from cancelled or rescheduled or no-showed things. Have a process in place to follow up with these people, okay? Now, I know this is a high-level video, but I hope it sparks some ideas. Now, if there's anything in particular with these constraints and solutions that you want a detailed video on, comment below, send us a DM, okay? Otherwise, I hope this video has provided a bit of value to audit your current marketing and member generation acquisition channels, okay? Or if you've got a current marketing agency, are they doing these things to implement it? All right. It's the reason that we see results like this, right, with our average client generating 35 plus appointments, showed appointments per month, right, is because we've implemented these constraints. Okay. We know the solutions because we have the data to it. All right. It's why we have over 35-star reviews, right? Because we know what we're doing and we have data and we make data driven decisions and we follow this. So if you follow this, you've got two choices. You don't follow this and you wonder why you're still facing the same problems. Second choice is you follow this, implement this, and you see a skyrocketing result. Or third choice, you hook up Xero Marketing and we do this all for you, completely done for you. We call the leads, we make sure they show up, and we guarantee it, okay? So if you've enjoyed this video, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe, follow. We'll catch you soon.